Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another video by AwesomeVacuums. So today I'm going to be doing a review and demonstration on the SEBO Automatic X4 bagged upright vacuum cleaner. Now this machine here is made in Germany, which means it's made of really good quality parts, and it definitely is. And this review will also apply for the X7, which is basically the newer version of this, but there's some differences. But this review should give you a general idea of what it's capable of, really. So anyway, I'll give you a guided tour of the machine, and then we will do the pickup test. So let's get going here. Alright, so here is the SEBO Automatic X4 upright vacuum cleaner. So starting with the bottom here, so here you can see in nice letters, SEBO Automatic X4, made in Germany, which is very good to see. Alright, moving further on up, here you can see the different lights here. So this is a down light, up light, check brush, and the last one on the end here is for your bag full or clog, basically. So if there's a clog in the system, or if the bag is full, this light will come on red, and if you ignore that light and keep the machine on, after about 30 seconds it actually will shut the machine off, and this light here will blink red, letting you know that there's a clog or your bag is full. And this light here, the check brush light, will come on if the brush is worn out or if it needs to be replaced. That will come on. And then the last two here, up and down, basically as the machine adjusts, because when it first starts out, the nozzle's not touching the floor. Like as you can see here, I could stick my hand under there. It's not touching anything. So basically when it starts out like this. Then when it starts adjusting, it lowers itself down, and as it's lowering itself down, that light will come on, letting you know it's raising down. And then once it touches the carpet, if it feels like it's too deep, it will raise itself up, and that light there, the up light, will come on, letting you know what's happening. So that's a very nice feature. And now this actually has, since it's the automatic series, it actually has a motor inside there for your height adjustment. It has its own motor. It's not springs on the brush roll, like for example the Miele S7 that claims automatic brush roll or automatic height adjustment. This actually has its own motor, which is very nice to see. Moving further up here, you can see is a little button. So if you press that button, it will separate the cleaner head and the body. Which is how it will come brand new in the box. And also, it will allow you to check for clogs. If there's a clog here in this pipe here, because this is obviously where the air path is. So basically, the dirt sucks its way in and goes up here, goes around the hose, and then it gets blown into the bag here. And this actually is a top fill bag, which is really nice. I'll go into that a little later on. Okay, so moving on up, here's a little a little handle here. So if you wanted to clean your stairs with the main nozzle, you would hold the machine like that. And then anti-allergy hospital grade S-class filtration. There's a SEBO logo, and now this right here lets you open up the bag door, and this comes off like that. So here's a good look of what's inside here. So here's the bag. So once the bag is full, you would press in these two little tabs and pull the bag out, and then you would use this little green cap here and put this on there like that. So what that will do is it will block that hole so you don't have to touch the dirt at all, which is very cool. I do like that a lot. Alright, sorry about that. Interruptions. Anyway, moving on, here is the micro filter. So that does need replacing from time to time. So what you would do is you would just squeeze this little thing here and just pull it out like that, and that needs to be replaced every now and then. I've actually never replaced this since I've owned this machine, which is, so it just goes to show how good these bags really are. I mean, looking inside here, it's pretty much absolutely spotless. Which, yeah, that's this, and you can just see inside there just how clean that is. And now once you remove that, you can see this little metal piece here will drop down like this. What that does is it makes it so that you can't close the bag door without that filter, because as you can see, it won't close without it. So you need to have that filter in there. So to install it, you just lift that little piece up and just slide it in. Try and do that one-handed. There we go. Okay, and now you can buy these separately from SEBO, as well as the bags, or you can also buy a service box, which is what I got here. You can see it includes 8 bags, the microfilter, and the post motor filter, which I'll show that next. So yeah, you get all that inside this box here, which is very nice. This is, in my opinion, the way to go on here. So yeah, if you do own one of these machines, I would highly recommend looking into something like this. And now, to close the back door, you just slide it, or you just line up the 3 little holes here, like that, and then just slide it, or just press this down like that, and that's now closed. So moving further up here, you can see there's a little dusting brush, which comes off there. And the bristles on here are really soft. This is actually a pretty decent dusting brush. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And also it does pivot down here, so you can use it at different angles, which is very nice. So that just goes up there. And moving on up here, you can see the on and off button, and also a very nice, comfortable handle. And one thing you can notice here is, on this machine here, you can see just how tall it is, which is very nice, because a lot of machines I've noticed tend to be really short, but this one here is really tall, which I really like that. And you can see here in the back is the cord. So to release it, you just undo this little thing here and just pull all the cord out at once, which is very nice. And you can see here the cord comes out the top, versus on a lot of cheap vacuums that will come out here. So I really like that. And you can see there it's protected with this little grommet, which can occasionally need to be replaced, because what often happens is people will yank it down when they wrap the cord. So what I like to do is I actually like to be careful when I wrap the cord. I like to just kind of go like that, and do that so that that doesn't break. So that's just something to watch out for. And now on the back here, you can see the onboard tools. So you can see the nice long crevice tool here, which is very long. And down here you can see the upholstery nozzle, which is a very nice nozzle. It actually does very well. So that lives right in there. So I get back on there like that. And then this just raises down. And inside here is a little carry handle, so you can carry the machine like this. And now moving further up here, you can see a quick draw wand, which pulls out like that. And you can use the tools directly on the end of the wand, or you can pull the hose out. And now one thing to know is on this, you're supposed to actually line this little notch up with this and push it down. A lot of people tend to just push it down like that and forget about it, but no, that's not the correct way of doing it. One, you risk snapping that piece, and two, what that piece does is it presses on this little button inside there, and what that does is it makes it so that the hose can suck itself back in like that. And now, speaking of the hose, it just pulls out like this. So if you didn't want the wand, you just want to use the tools directly on the end of the wand or the hose, you would do that, and then it just throws itself back in. Now when the machine's running, what happens is that actually it'll suck itself back in, which I think is really cool. So yeah. So I think the next thing there's to talk about is this little piece here. Now on the X7, they actually changed this, so this is very differently designed on the X7. And they actually took this little thing away, and what that does is it locks this piece here. So I'll try and demonstrate that. So right now it's set at the 3/4 position, it's set to the flat position right now, but if you want to set it to the 3/4 position, you would just slide it that way. And what that does is it makes it so you can raise this piece up, which I think is really nice. And like I said, they actually took this away on the X7, so they kind of cheapened out there. So yeah. And also one thing I really like about this is, you can see inside there, this little metal piece here, which I think that's really great, because that piece could wear out if it was plastic. So I'm glad SEBO decided to do that. And actually, one other thing I wanted to show before we got started is this little filter in here. So this is actually a little pre-motor filter. So basically, what this is it catches the carbon dust from the motor, because obviously the motor's right here. And now on the X7, they actually changed this, so it's not up here anymore. It's on the back. It pulls out. It's a slightly different filter than this, which, from what I've heard, filters a lot better, because that was the one thing with these X4s is the carbon dust it lets out of here is from this filter is not the best. So I'm glad to see that SEBO improved that. But despite that, it still works very well. It doesn't let nearly as much through as, say, a bagless vacuum does. And I guess I'll show you the bottom of the machine. So I'll just put that there. And just lower the machine down. Alright, so here's the business end of the SEBO. I'm actually running the blue brush roller in this. Now I believe they have a white and a green brush roller, which has softer bristles, but alright, and now this brush roller here can actually be removed by pressing on this little button here, which will release the end cap. And now looking at the end cap here, you can see a little bearing. Sometimes you can actually put a drop of oil on there, and then once you've done that, you just give the brush roller a half twist and it pulls out like that. Like I said, you can replace it with a different brush roller, or you can use the same one if you wanted to. And these are actually dishwasher safe too, so if this got really filthy or something, you could actually put it in the dishwasher to clean it, which I think is really great. So Yeah. Hang on. Let me just get this brush roller back in. And now, which I'm not in frame, I'm sorry. Which, just slides back in, and then just make sure it gets lined up and just kind of twist it like that. And just like that, it's back in. And then what you would do is you would just take your end cap and slide it inside here like that, and just do that. And now the brush roller is back in, and you can see here, there's that motor I was telling you about. It's right here, and this is the wheel that, this is part of the height adjustment. And now you can see the other two back wheels. And what I like about these is they have little rubber strips on there, so it won't scratch up your floor, which I think is really good. And right here, you can see the little squeegee so that it doesn't flick debris back, because that is one problem with this machine, is you cannot shut off the brush roll. So yeah, they have to do that, because otherwise it would not work on hard floors. And right here you can see a little door here, so if you get a blockage, you can access the air path. Just reach down there, remove whatever was blocked, and that springs by itself, which I think is really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the tour of the machine. So, but before we get started with the pickup test, I would like to show some optional accessories. So here's one of them. This is a SEBO turbo brush, which is actually made by AwesomeVacuums, as you can see right there, which is made in Germany. Now, this is actually the same turbo brush as what you would get with a Miele machine. And AwesomeVacuums has also made a lot of these turbo brushes for other companies as well. Basically, the only thing they changed is the fittings. But they're great turbo brushes. I really like this one a lot. And now this one here is actually serviceable, so if you wanted to service it, you would just press in this little button and get the camera set down. Make sure it's lined up here and just press this little button. And then just like that, it opens up so you can clean out whatever's in there if you wanted to do that. Very serviceable, which is, I really like that. And one other thing I also have with this machine too is the extension hose. So you'd plug that on the end of the hose, and that will give you a lot longer of a reach. And as you can see, it stretches too. So yeah, you actually do get a very good reach with this machine. And actually, one thing I will say though, since this is a top, since the hose is on the top here, you do have to be careful with it because it's not very stable. So as you can see, if you pull it too hard, it'll just fall over. So you have to get creative with this. I found the best way of doing this is by holding the machine with one hand like this and using the hose with the other. Or you can also prop it against something like this sofa here, which that is one little issue with this design, but other than that, it actually is a really good. I do like this design a lot. So yeah, so just put the hose back in like that, and I think we're pretty much done with the overview of the machine. So I guess we'll do the pickup test now. Alright, so as you can see here, I got the famous torture trail in front of the SEBO here. So what I will do is I will do the usual one pass forward and one pass back and see what the results are. So here we go. So, looking at that, that did really good actually. I thought for sure it would have struggled with the large chunks, but no, it did not. That did really well actually. Actually, I don't even see anything left behind really, except for just a small piece of dog hair, but other than that, that did really well. I'm very impressed by that. So, I guess I'll clean the rest of this up now. So I think that just about concludes the review and demonstration on this SEBO Automatic X4. As you saw from the tests I did, it performed really well. It just glides so effortlessly on the carpet. It really is so easy to use. It's actually one of my daily cleaners. I do use this machine quite a bit. It's definitely became one of my favorite machines in my collection, and as you see from this test, it performs very well. It didn't even clog up, which a lot of bagless vacuums would have clogged, but not this. This just kept right on going. So yeah, I highly recommend the SEBO X4. I think they really do make very nice machines, and I think you'll get a long time out of them. So that's all I got for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Awesome Vacuums. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.